so and so. You was only 10 years old when you had the daughter. You know what I'm saying? That was like, what? How in the world? How, Sway? All things was going through my mind. And then she was like, yeah, it happened. What happened was, she said she was molested. She was a victim of a molestation, but it wasn't a molestation. It was rape. She went on to describe what happened. She said she was some man was in the house, or she was at some man's house, and he told her to go get some cigarettes. Go upstairs to get some cigarettes. When she went up there and got him, she turned around. He was right there, beat her over the head, and took advantage of her. Little 10-year-old girl. Then when he was done, he told her, he was like, if you tell anybody, I'm going to kill your mother. That's what this rapist said. You know.
Right.
And so the judge was like, how did your mother know? Like, how did your mother feel when she found out you was pregnant? She was like, well, I didn't know I was pregnant until 2 weeks before I was about to give birth. She said, I was gaining weight, and my mother thought I was just getting big, so she had me do some exercises, but my belly didn't grow. It just got, hard. Her belly just got hard. It didn't grow. So when she was doing exercise and whatnot, and she wasn't losing weight, she took her to the doctor, and the doctor said, well, you're pregnant and you're about to have birth in 2 weeks. It's like, what? So that's what happened. That's the story that happened. And then once the baby was born, the adults basically, she said her older sister and her mother basically took up the slack and raised the girl on her own. Well, not on her own, but raised the girl as it was, the grandmother's daughter. So they pretended that the grandmother was a mother and the sister was the mother was actually the sister. That was the agreement sent forth by the mother. But the father was like, you need to raise her as your own. But the father wasn't in the house. The father was in the house. It would have been a whole different story.
Right.
It would have been a whole different story if the dad was in the house.
Right.
But they was like, so the judge went on to ask, well, how did you find out? Or how old were you when you found out that she was your mother? She was like, well, I was 12 when I found out, she was my mother. He was like, well, how did you know? How did you find out? He said, my grandmother told me. The one who said, who was supposed to keep it, quote unquote, a secret. And it was like, well, how'd she tell you? Well, she just blurted it out. She was upset or in her feelings some type of way. And she just blurted it out. You Pat's daughter, right? Just blurted out just like that. It wasn't no, defining moment. She just got tired of it, holding in the secret or whatever. Didn't have a discussion for all parties to be involved. She just said, no, yeah, you really, that's your mother. I'm your grandmother. And then she said from there, she had all types of, even before that, I can understand how the way the mother would have wanted to raise her as her daughter. You know what I'm saying? I get that, you know what I'm saying? Because imagine growing up knowing that you're the product of a rape. You know what I'm saying? The mental stuff that you go through finding something like that out. So I can understand that, But then to go on and just out of nowhere for no rhyme or reason, just go out and blur out and say it like that. She said from that point on, she pulled back from everybody. All the people in her life who she thought she knew she didn't trust anymore. So she was having a whole lot of trust issues. She didn't believe anybody. And then she went on to go on and hate her mother because she was wondering why she would keep the secret from her. And then she would wonder, and it was more like she was wondering why her mother didn't want her. when that really wasn't the case. It wasn't her mother didn't want her. Her mother was 10 years old and was a victim of a heinous crime. Unfortunately, stuff like this goes on in the Black community far too much and people don't talk about it, but people know about it. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about it, but we know about it. We go behind closed doors and in cookouts and whatnot. And you know, everybody with someone gets a little toasty, a little too much, and let a little too much slip, and then everybody but you knows what the hell is going on, and they whispering behind your back and looking at you a certain type of way. But we all know about it, but we don't talk about it. Stuff like this needs to be out in the open. And they asked her what was the reason for her to, you know, for your mother to make a decision like this as far as raise her as a daughter. And she was saying how that the mother was, you know, frankly embarrassed by the whole situation. And she was embarrassed by her daughter as well for quote unquote letting this happen. But it wasn't her fault. She was a child that should have been protected. 10-year-old child that should have been protected. Where was her gates? Where was her gates? It's like, give me Jeremiah 14:2. Give me Jeremiah 14:2, and we're gonna read exactly what this is what happens. This is our this is the curses that happened to us because, you know, we decided to put away the Most High God. We decided to take away, you know, our superpower. This is really our superpower right here. We obey these laws, statutes, and commandments. This is really our superpower. How do I know this? Because we came up out of captivity in Egypt when the Most High destroyed the army, the most powerful army on the face of the earth. The Most High God destroyed the most powerful army that had us in captive right in front of our eyes. He plagued them with 10 plagues. First of all, plagued them with 10 plagues. During the Passover, we're hearing the plague pass us, you know, the angel of death pass us and kill every firstborn of everybody else that's around us. The cow got to go. The goat got to go. That father, he got to go. The newborn baby, the mother that just had a baby, maybe a year old, 6 months old, and it's the love of her life, right? She's always wanted a baby, and she got that baby. The angel of death came and took it away. How about this? You in your old age, you only have one kid. You in your old age, you only have one kid, and that kid is taking care of you. Angel of death come and take that child away. Now you might as well die. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how it feels. Lord allow, I would never know how it feels for something like that. But right here is because we followed our law, statutes, and commandments that we actually got to see something like that. How do you think David slayed Goliath? Because he had trust in the Most High God. Right. But because we don't have right now in these times and these days, we don't have no trust, we don't even know who God is. We don't even know who our power is. Most of us think is this PW right here. Most of us think is this cat right here. When in reality, this is the type of person that would have raped a 10-year-old girl. Right. Why? Because he raped his own sister. Right. Piece of trash. You got what I got? What I need? Okay. Read that, Baba Shaw.
We got the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourning.
Judah mourning. That's the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We mourn because we are in poverty. We are in oppression. Whenever we think that we getting up ahead, and that's the only time really we think we up ahead is after tax season, like right about now. That's the only time we ever think that we might be ahead because we got a little bit of change. But as soon as that change comes in, because we have nothing in our own communities, we don't even have the proper training in order to survive in this wicked kingdom. All of that you know, that surge of income goes right out the window. Goes right out the window. And then we back to surviving. One more again. Having to work 2 and 3 jobs just to keep a roof over our head and maybe eat, you know, some halfway decent food. Let's keep going.
Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish.
And the gates thereof languish. What are the gates? The gates is the protection. What it is to keep stuff, keep the bad stuff out, and keep the stuff that's in protected from whatever is bad.
Right.
And moreover, it can protect the ones that's on the inside from getting out, even if they're trying to get out. Right. You know what I'm saying? You ever see a dog? You ever see a dog behind a fence? There's barking his head off, trying to get at you, but he can't get over the fence. He's trying to get you, but he can't. Right. That's even though he might tear your hind parts up if he gets over that fence, it's still there to protect him. Right. Because once he attacks somebody, what's going to happen to him? Yeah, he's going to get put to death. Mm-hmm. So that protects that gate, that fence there is to protect that dog. Just think about how, you know, how these laws are. Mm-hmm. Just think about how these laws are. We're not to celebrate Christmas, for example. 4th of July, 4th of July. We're not to celebrate that. That's a gate for us to not cross over. Why? Because what happens during these so-called holidays? We die. We die the most. You don't be hearing, you know, Jimmy and Becky on the news saying, you know, 7 people shot at a McGillicuddy cookout barbecue. You don't see that. Mm-hmm. That doesn't happen. It's because it happens to us because we ain't supposed to be celebrating that. That's to keep us reined in. We ain't supposed to be celebrating. But you know what happened? A whole lot of niggas and a whole lot of spicks was down in North Carolina celebrating the holiday. We was all together. How many people got shot? How many people got stabbed? Nothing like that has happened. Nothing like that. Now, news was called. News was called. And they was mad. They was big mad. You have something?
Yes, a lot. The police was called and then get shut down. Man, how many times the police get called and your joint get shut down? Police got called and it didn't get shut down.
Yeah. Nothing gets shut down.
You know what I'm saying?
Why? Because we're in the confines of our protection, of our fences. Right. And moreover, the fences is languishing as far as the laws are here. The laws have never languished. The laws was always up and in effect, always, right, since Adam till now and beyond. So what are they talking about when they say the gates thereof language? We're talking about, you know, our TD snakes. We're talking about our Thefio dollars. We're talking about Al Sharptons and Jesse Jacksons. We're talking about the people who are supposed to be looking out for us. Right. We're talking about our pork chop eating pastors, pimps and pulpits. Right. Them niggas are the gates. Right. And they languish. What does it mean by that? They take pay from payola from our oppressor to push on us a whole bunch of crap, a whole bunch of garbage. One of the biggest messages that they push is that the laws are done away with. And because the laws are done away with, Christianity in a nutshell. And one of the main staple points of the laws are being done away with. Now you can divorce your husband. You can leave the man that you laid with and had children with. Now who's gonna be the strong man to protect your household? Who is going to be the person there that sees the type of man that this rotten, dirty bastard is, and not even let him in the house, not even let him near his kids, not even let him near, not even let him near himself. Like, you a shicey dude. I don't mess with you. I don't run with you. You need to stay over there. I see you on the block. Yeah, what's up? All right, I can greet you and keep it moving. But we ain't gonna have no long out, drawn out conversation. You ain't getting in my house. You ain't getting in my events. You know what I'm saying? You ain't coming near my family. And if you dare come near my family, Lord be with you. Let's keep reading.
They are black unto the ground.
They are black unto the ground. Now, this is talking about, who Judah is. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the nation of Israel. We are black unto the ground, right? Salakia. Get me Deuteronomy chapter 23 and start at Start me at. Are there any questions online?
Nah, no questions online.
Okay.
Got a few check-ins, boy.
Most High in Christ.
No questions.
Get me 23.
23 and 23?
23 and 23. Wait, hold on. Man. Yeah, give me 23.
God. We got the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 23.
Nah, give me 22.
Verse 22. But if thou shalt forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in thee.
Salakia. 22 and 22.
22 and 22?
Yeah.
Okay. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband.
Okay, what does that mean? If a man be found lying with a woman, does that mean they just laying down? What does that mean? We need to.
If a man is laying down, is in bed, is having sexual acts with another woman that is married to a man.
If you find if you find a man getting in them guts of a married woman,
yikes.
Salakia.
That was quick.
That was Israel knows what I mean by when I say that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there is no ifs, ands, or buts about how that part of the scripture is broken down. If you found having sex with a married woman, right? Keep going.
If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both.
Who?
Then they shall both.
Nah, just a man.
Then they shall both.
But he tricked me.
Then they shall both of them die.
And then they shall. You shall be put to death. You shall be put to death. Now, I don't know if you know this, but this law is still in effect.
Right.
Still in effect right now to this day. Now you may think that people ain't going out there killing people because they laying with their woman. That is an absolute falsehood. We can just simply look at the brother Trouble, the rapper Trouble from Atlanta. He was on tape bragging about how he would be laying with married women. He'd be bragging about that. And how did the brother die? Or why did the brother die? The brother Trouble.
I think he was laying with another married woman.
Yeah. Exactly the way the scripture was. He was found like that. She didn't die though. He did.
Right.
She didn't die. He did. So you mean to tell me that this law ain't in effect right now?
Right.
You tell me this law ain't in effect right now? The graveyard? I forgot we're on TikTok, huh?
Indeed.
Salakia. I totally forgot about that. Salakia.
That was a strong.
Hey, yeah, without it, man.
Right.
We might have been banned already.
You still on it, Papa?
Okay. Most High in Christ. Salakia. Just like this dude Trouble was found found lying with another woman. The man came home. It was his house. Came home, found him in his bed with his woman. Technically, it wasn't his woman anymore.
Right.
But he felt some type of way, and he did something about it. Now, what that brother did was absolutely wrong. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. We all have had our own circumstances for our own sins, and it didn't have to come at the end at the hands of a brother.
Right.
You know, the scripture says you're supposed to forgive your brother 7 times 70, 70 times 7. You're supposed to forgive your brother. Now, since we ain't in our kingdom, we can't execute this judgment. Why is it that we can't execute this judgment? I'm gonna give you a hint. It's a trick question.
What's we call it? I mean, you could go the route where it is. Christ said, throw the first stone. I mean, how executing the judgment that you're doing. Are you talking about people in the world, or are you talking about
anybody? Why was his brother wrong for executing judgment? According to the law of the Bible, says they must go. They got to go. But why? So, and this is how some people say, well, now you contradicting the Bible. Salakia. Anybody typing in chat?
Yeah, somebody just sent a book. I'm trying to read it.
Read it out.
I'm trying to see if it's
okay. No sweat. Hold that. Get me Romans 12 and 18.
Romans 12.
Yeah, Romans 12 and 18.
Okay. We got the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 18. If it be possible.
It's if it be possible. Now, a situation like that, when you walking in on someone violating you through your woman, temper's gonna run high. You know what I'm saying? If it all be possible, keep going.
If it be possible, as much as lieth in you,
man, if it takes all that's in you, this is what you need to do.
Live peaceably with all men.
Live peaceably with all men, not just your brothers, but the heathens as well. Right. Live peaceably with them. If it's at all possible, live peaceably with them. Keep going.
Verse 19, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves.
Avenge not. Don't go ahead and take revenge on yourself. Scripture says, "Vengeance is mine," saith the Lord. I will repay. This is why we must relearn exactly who our power is.
Right.
Even though we see something that may have wronged us, just know as long as you're obeying the Most High God's laws, statutes, and commandments, He's going to get back for you.
Right.
Or at best, you can pray for confirmation for it. Let me see this devil get what he deserves right in front of my face. That at best that maybe the Lord allow you to see that, but just have comfort in your heart knowing that they're gonna get theirs. Don't avenge yourself, right? Keep going. Furthermore, if it's your brother, you ever have a sibling who did some stuff that they ain't supposed to do, and when daddy find out, he gonna whoop that ass, and you kind of feel sorry for them. Like, damn, I know they messed up, but yo, hold up. It wasn't that bad. Instead of the belt, he got the switch, or he got whatever. was worse than the belt in his hand. Like, hold up, pops. Wait. Let's talk about this. And now you trying to negotiate for your sibling. That's how we should be for our brothers and sisters that's in the world who don't know what the hell they doing, who don't know how much hurt and pain they're causing by doing whatever it is they want to do.
If I could too, what you saying so well, because like the Christian church failed us so bad, and the reason why their hands is full of blood, like had we just known that that this is our Father, our God,
right,
and that that He dictates these things. 99% of the bloodshed that we have done to each other, all of the murder, all of the vengeance and revenge and plotting and all that and above, had we just known that something that's not gonna go unheard of, how we just been taught that,
right,
half the bloodshed, half the ignorant violence, you got cats, Bloods and Crips and this gang and that gang that's killing generations down the line for what they did to their great cousin.
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and they don't even they wasn't around, they didn't know about it, but they willing to carry out that revenge until that it's never satisfied. You know what I'm saying? Like there ain't no order even in taking revenge. There's no order. It goes on consistently. There's no judge to say this is when it ends, the consequence is this, and it stops here. And with the way that we handle it, and it's never stopped. It's still going on from Pookie dying 50 years ago. It's still going on. The judgment, the way we do it, it never ends. You kill mine, well, now you kill me first, or you did this to me first, now you did this to me first. And then it just keeps going and keep going and keep going. Then your children learn it, then they learn it, then the next person learn it. There's no end in the judgment. You know what I'm saying? Where it says the Lord's judgment is righteous. It says that in the scriptures, it says that the Lord's judgment is righteous. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to how He handles business. You know what I mean? Like it's a fair thing.
Yeah, 100%. And what you're saying is absolutely heavy. And when you say that, it just reminds me of two things. I saw an interview from one of the OGs. I want to say the Crips or something like that. Mm-hmm. And even the Crips are beefing with the Crips. It was one set that was beefing with another set of Crips. Mm-hmm. And someone got into a fight from one set and wound up, losing to another guy in another set. He couldn't take that ass whooping and just be like, all right, you got me. He went and killed that dude. Right. And that started a beef, and this like, you see how close we are to DC right here, right? Mm-hmm. It's just like from this neighborhood over to, to where that liquor store is. Mm-hmm. Right there. And they can't go anywhere because if you go too far down that block, the ops is going to be on us. Right. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, I saw a documentary about Esau, some stupid country, some stupid town where they have something called blood oaths. I want to call it blood oaths. Mm-hmm. Where someone kills somebody, now the whole family's trying to kill that dude. Mm-hmm. And the only safe way that they can be safe is if they stay in the house, and they have to stay in the house, and they stay in the house for like 30 years. They do not go outside for fear of someone's going to put them to death. They do not go outside for fear of someone's going to put them to death. Yeah. And stuff like this happens all the time over there. This is the mindset of our oppressor. We don't even know this, but just like you were saying, it's a cycle. You kill my boy, now I gotta kill you. I gotta kill your son. Mm-hmm. To make you feel the pain of what you did to my boy. Mm-hmm. Now you kill my son, now shoot. I got to lay your whole family down. I'm gonna spray the whole house up. I know where your mama, your auntie, your cousin, I know where all of them live. Now I got to spray all their houses. And if they get hit, so what?
And if I could add on just to bring the reality, the next craziest part be because there's no order there, there isn't nobody that everybody gotta obey. And so who are you, or who there's no respect of order. You understand? Versus in our culture we have somebody that the Lord chose, and then it goes further down to when judgment is given, ain't no argument. Just like in America's school system, ain't no argument. This is what you getting. You gonna have to do this A B C D F G, and there ain't no I'm about to go blow up the court. You gotta take that punishment, and that's that. Versus what we do, there ain't no order in it. So now you go kill, you go after my boy, but you kill a child, or you kill this boy that ain't got nothing to do with it. But of course, you still gotta get some get back. So you go kill, somebody that's random in it, a child, whatever the case may be. And now it's other bots. It creates that that chaos feature. It's not even a revenge judgment. You know what I'm saying? It's now it's just chaotic. And now that they can't. How do you talk forgiveness into a person that now we didn't spill so much blood? How do you talk forgiveness?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's so bad that even people who's not even affiliated can't wear a Knicks jersey in a certain neighborhood.
Right.
Or someone can't wear a Miami Heat jersey in a certain neighborhood. You can't. Michael Jordan might be your favorite, player. You can't even rock his jersey because it got some color in it. You can't even do that.
It's a lot of in the comment section. Angelo, I think it's sister Angelo J. Angelo said basically how the mafia used to be.
Exactly.
That's heavy because she that tell you that culture come from that come from them.
The real gangsters. the original gangsters. Right. That's who from Murder Inc. From these the Caucasoids from the Caucasus Mountains. Right. These people are the ones that embody that culture. Well, we embody that culture, but they're the ones who created that culture. Right. You know what I'm saying? The Lucky Lucianos, the Al Capones, the nutballs. These people are absolute crazy, psychopathic, serial killers. That's who these niggas was. They were serial killers, and people have documentaries on them, boasting them up. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's who these people are. They're absolute psychopathic serial killers, and people look up to them. People want to be them. People idolize them. Nah, this ain't us. You know what else? Another heavy thing that you said, the Most High God has righteous vengeance, because there's another story in the Bible where it shows where was a whole ton of stories in the Bible where it shows he has righteous vengeance. But one in particular is when David asked Nabal, the fool, for some food. He just out here, man. Me and my man has been on a run. You know who we are. I'm next king of Israel. Blah blah blah. Just give us some food if you could. Just spare us whatever you could. And he basically spit in his face. And David was like, "Oh, really? Oh, you're gonna spit in my face? Okay." And he went and rode out. But you know who stopped him? What was her name? Annabelle. Yeah. I forget the sister name, Salakia, but she was womanly in her approach to David, and she abated his wrath. And you know what happened? If he would have went and killed Nabal, he would have been sinning. That would have been a sin. He would have been in sin. But since David, such a powerful man, and he listened to reason when reason was actually presented to him. Yeah, he was hot. He was hot at the time. He was going to ride out and slaughter every man that was there. This fool almost got all his workers killed. Him and all his men workers killed. That's what was going to happen. But when he listened to reason in the form of Nabal's wife, when he listened to reason, he was like, all right, you know what? Yeah, Salakia, my bad. I got a little too hot. I I ain't used to niggas talking to me like that in front of my men. I can't have that. I can't let that slide. But you know what you said was absolutely heavy. You a heavy woman, not heavy as in heavy, but what she said and how the way she presented herself was very heavy. Unlike the women that we get into right now. But she was very heavy, and she abated his anger. And what happened? The Most High God killed Nabal. Right. That's what happened. He went to sleep and never woke up. Right. That's what happened. You had something, Barack?
No, exactly what you just said was heavy about the when a sister come correct, and use her lady likeness and her approach is on point. Like, it shows that a sister can these brothers out here that got murder on their mind, these brothers out here that got revenge on their mind, like, with your approach, you understand? Even if in this situation she was already married, but even as a sister to a brother, where it's not your wife or it's just a sister, or whatever the case may be in the house or whatever, like you with the correct approach, you could appease, you know, your son. You could appease your husband from, you know, wanting to go out and do something stupid. You could, you know, talk some sense into him. You know what I mean? Instead of provoking it. That if I could, that sister that killed her husband, I think she found out he was gay or something like that, messing with men's, something like that. And the mother was in the background amping it up. This is on the Facebook. That was a recent jump. The mother was in the background amping it up. You know,
so that's what that was about.
Yeah,
she found out he liked men's.
Supposedly that he was a man lover, and you know he liked men's. And I guess she found out. That's what she went on Facebook Live in the beginning. The mother was on there, you know, beefing it up. You know what I'm saying? Telling, you know, talking all that mess with her daughter at the man, and he's trying to stay calm. You know what I mean? And that was the opposite, you know what I'm saying, of what these sisters are supposed to do. But she sitting there amping it up. And then boom, when she shot him in front of the kids, now, you know, everybody was screaming. And I didn't mean to, like, you know, with the correct approach, you can calm a situation down. Like sisters have, you know, sisters and brothers, you know, with a calm approach, I ain't even gonna say calm, with the correct approach, you know what I'm saying, you can appease, you can, you know, dilute a situation. You know what I mean? When we actually thinking, instead of, you know,
going off on emotion,
acting off on emotion. So like this sister right here is a perfect example for them sisters that, you know, out there that, you know, just real hot headed and amp up a man, you know, body go ahead lick at something and don't act like it's nothing. Like, you know, if you care about your mind, you gotta say something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Women, sisters, you really don't know how much power you really, you know, you do have. You can drive a man to leave his family. Like, you know what? I'd rather live on the goddamn bridge.
Right.
You want child support? I'm homeless now. You can get half of these cans that I'm collecting. You can get half of that. But I'm living on the goddamn bridge. And I am in peace. I am in harmony. Right. Women can go to that to something totally different where no one can say nothing, no one can do nothing, no one can look at you any type of way, and then you're gonna have to calm the man down. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just that I wouldn't say overprotective, but he's just that, you know, zealous about, you know, his gold, his jewel, his ruby. You know, your sisters don't understand, but you know, a lot of times, oftentimes, you know, sisters listen to the oppressor and think that, you know, hey, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. And you think that you can be the man, and you try to match that manly energy, and niggas don't want to go home to another nigga. I don't want to go home to another man. What the hell? What's wrong with you?
Right.
Just be a woman.
Right.
Just be a woman, yo. And I'm not halfway blaming the sisters right now, because their mothers didn't raise them how to be a woman, because their mothers didn't raise them how to be a woman, because their mothers didn't have a man in the house, because their mothers ran off their kids' fathers, just like they're doing now, just like they're teaching their daughters to do as well.
Right.
So I'm not even halfway, you know, mad at y'all, but for the most part, man, we as a people need to get this together.
Right.
We as a people need to get this together, or we're gonna have more and more stories about how 10-year-olds is having babies.
Right.
I used to work with a brother, and we was in on a construction site, and we was, you know, partner with each other, and we was working like 12-hour shifts and whatnot. So over time, you know, we get to know each other and whatnot. And his son was working there as well, and he told me, he told me that you know, he got divorced from his wife, or his wife, I would say, divorced him, and even when he was trying to go and be the father, she wouldn't allow him to be the father. The boys was cutting up and acting out and doing all sorts of, you know, stupidness, to the point where his 12-year-old daughter, by the time he got custody of the 12-year-old girl, so that he can, you know, try and raise her somewhat halfway decent, she was pregnant. 12-year-old girl pregnant. by his son's friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you serious? Women, unfortunately, something like this happens when you take the father out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
For what? For what? Because he lost his job? So he lost his job, and now you want to kick him out the house. Now he has to pay another rent and pay you to raise the kids. That don't even make sense. And if he gets late, gets behind on paying child support, which is extortion, Bible speaks on that. Now you take away his driver's license, and in most places, you need a car to go to work. Now, how am I gonna go to work if I ain't got no goddamn driver's license? And here's the thing about it: they didn't even tell you your license has been suspended until you get pulled over, and now you're in jail. So I can't go to work. Now I'm in jail. How are you gonna get your money? How is that? You know, the whole point of child support is to support the child, right? As far as in modern day women's eyes, is to support the child financially. But now you don't cost him his job. You don't cost him his freedom. You don't cost it. You now he has a record. Now him trying to get a decent, halfway decent job now is out the window. What is the whole point of you putting him on child support now? Because he lost his job. Another reason is why, because he got another woman. That's all. He just got another woman. There's a law on how to deal with that right here in the scripture, but we don't know anything about that. Why? Because we have a head so far up Esau's hind parts, it doesn't make any sense. You have some?
This is a precept.
Let's get it.
In Deuteronomy 28:56, it says, "A tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom."
I shall be evil towards the husband of. Oh my! See, man, all this stuff, man. I know. When you in the hood, you always like in the. You ever seen them old? I wouldn't say blaxploitation movies, but them old movies like Poetic Justice, Jason's Lyrics. Baby Boy. What's that movie with? It's Poetic Justice, right? With Janet Jackson and Tupac. Yeah. Them old time movies where you see, or even Friday, where we all on the block and we all hanging out, but we know everybody's business. Mm-hmm. Everybody talking about everything. Mm-hmm. Well, now on social media, we see all this, this wickedness and stuff like that. I know you've seen this one video where his brother was sleeping. His brother was sleeping, minding his business, sleeping, minding his business, and this dirty mother. I want to say something. This dirty woman cut his ankle bracelet, his ankle monitor. I know. There's a heathen that did that, and I don't care about them. Right. but cut off his ankle monitor because he was on house arrest. So try to get him in trouble. Not try. She cut it off. Mm-hmm. If you tamper in any way, shape, or form, you getting violated. You going back to jail. You going back to jail. This dude was out on parole, had an ankle monitor, and they said if you stay clean, you say with your nose clean, you do this, you check in, you come in the house at a certain time, you leave, you can't leave the house at a certain time, then you good to go. This bitch Slakia, this woman cut his ankle bracelet off, and she did it on. She had the audacity to record it, and like cut the junk and be like, I'm tired. He just when he woke up, he just looking. He was just like I can't believe this woman. I can't believe this woman, and effectively sent him to jail. But this is not the only time a woman has sent a man to jail because she's tired. She's tired of what? She's tired of what? You leave your husband for, and a lot of times the government, our oppressive government has put systems in place to incentivize a woman to for her to leave her husband. Section 8, WIC, food stamps. They incentivize women for them to leave. Why? Because if in order for you to have this, you can't have a man. You cannot have a man. And a lot of, unfortunately, there's a lot of sisters out there that say, well, I'd rather take the government check that's going to be there every month than have, the protection of her man. And with that, we have a whole lot of, ass backwards, ways about us, where a 10 and a 12-year-old can get pregnant. A 10 and a 12-year-old can get pregnant. I was driving a brother one time, and this brother worked for the school system in Baltimore, and he was telling me, I thought I didn't hear right. I swear I thought I didn't hear right. I was praying I didn't hear right. He was telling me, about these badass kids, and yeah, some of these kids are some badass kids, but this one kid in particular, he worked at a middle school, mind you. He worked at a middle school. And he said it was this one girl in particular. Her mother kept coming up to the school because it was during COVID, right after COVID, and it was, he was saying that the parents were kind of embarrassed because they didn't understand, what the work was with their kids. And I understand. You ever went over some, sixth grader homework? You done got past the sixth grade, but you ever went over some of their homework and did their homework, and then when they come back with the homework, it's all wrong? That's bad. That's bad. But apparently the sister just was upset because usually the teachers would help the kids with their schoolwork and their homework, but since they're at home, the parents had to do this, had to pick up the slack. She didn't understand it. She was getting mad, whatnot, causing all sorts of havoc and in the school. And he went on to say that, I would have thought that she would have been released from school because she had she was pregnant a second time. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, she got pregnant twice. I was like, hold up. What you mean she got pregnant twice? And how is she still, I had like 1,000 questions after he said that. But I'm like, how in the world was she allowed to get pregnant a second time? What happened to the dude that raped her? Why was she still, when did it happen? Where did it happen? She said, they said, the parent, the mother knew about it. And so I was like, well, did she have the first baby? She has 2 kids. Middle school goes up to what, 6th or 7th grade? She wasn't even a teenager. She was like 11, 12 years old. She got pregnant twice, had 2 babies. I was like, where's her father? It was like, father's not in the picture. Father's not in her protection is not. Matter of fact, get me that. Bind up the strong man if you could, Baba Shah. And you bind up the strong man. I'm not even finished with the one to Deuteronomy. Salakia. We just going over and over this stuff. Where was her father? Salakia. Go ahead. Salakia. I'm again. Where was the fathers in all these situations? In the case of where I was telling you about, the dude I was working with, he was always trying to get, stay involved with his in his kid's life. He would even tell me, man, and unfortunately, like some of these stories, I know this story definitely was with him, but some of these stories was just so similar and overlapping. I hear other brothers talk about this when like, okay, for instance, he's going to pick up his sons, and he tells his ex-wife, hey, I'm gonna be there at such and such a time, have them ready to come by, right? He comes there, she allows them to go. She allows the kids to go out and do whatever and not come back, and then calls them. All right, he left. Now he can't pick up his kids.
Yikes.
Yeah. That's one thing. How about this? You know, when you're there, even when you're in the house, and the woman is undermining the authority of the man of the house. He says, "All right, well, you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. Your grades ain't where you're supposed to be doing, where they supposed to be. You want punishment. You want punishment. You know what I'm saying? It's springtime. It's getting warm out. You know, everybody's outside, or at least they used to be. At least when I was a kid, you know, we used to go outside, but now everybody's online. let's hop on that 2K. Well, let's hop on that that Call of Duty. Huh? Yeah, exactly. let's hop on that Call of Duty right quick. Let's run a match. Let's run one right quick. And then when you when by the time he's rolling up, coming home from work, you hear the shit. You hear it. And then once or even still, when you pulling up, you see the glow of the light, you know, in their room, where you know they ain't supposed to be on the game, or you know they ain't supposed to be outside, and you just see them running inside. Or you come in and then you put your hand on the gaming system and it's hot. Why is it hot, Craig? Why is it hot? You think I'm stupid? Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop it. My son think he's so slick. My son think he's so slick, guys. So I play with him every now and again. I let him think, you know, I don't let him think, but I play with him. I let him think he's probably, you know, about to get away with it. And then I just ask him some quick and easy, simple questions. Okay, if you did that, then why is it like this? Where did it go over here? Why? Okay, if that happened, then why is it like this? Okay, so unlock the screen right quick. Like, no, but wait, hold up, but wait. No, wait, nothing, nigga. Unlock the screen. Just real quick. Just stop talking. Come on. Just stop. Unlock the screen. He was like, okay, wait, you know. It's kind of funny. But it's frustrating at the same time. But you know what? You got to do these things in order for them to get to understand who's the authority. Now that they find out, like, all right, that ain't no fool. Or you know, you check the history. Like, hold up, you supposed to be doing your homework. Why you got it said you got 10 tabs of YouTube up? Why is that? You supposed to be in class? Oh, this was big during, you know, COVID, when they was, you know, in class at home. They be looking at the screen. The teachers see them looking at the screen, but they ain't paying attention to the school, the class. They looking at something on YouTube. So I goes into history. I'm like, what's this? What's all this? Why does it say it was open at 11:52? But we had lunch. You had lunch at 12:30, nigga. Stop playing with me, son. Stop playing with me. I mean, you gotta check them, and then they get the wrath. You know what I'm saying? they get the wrath. I remember Joe Muhammad gave me some counsel on you know, one of the ways to do it. He says it, man. If they acting up and if that's their whole life, go in there. Just don't say nothing. Go in there with a hammer, grab their shit, look them in the eye, and just bang it to death. They're gonna cry. They're gonna fall out. They're gonna do whatever. And if they ever get a chance to get that thing back, they won't do it again. Right. They won't do it again. I remember my son had the audacity. I mean, I kind of respect it. I kind of respect it. I told him to take the trash out, right? And he was like, "Why I got to do it?" I'm like, "Because I told you to, right?" and then he was like, "But you sit right there." I'm like, "You goddamn right. I earn the right to sit right here." He was like, "But you're not paying me to do it." I'm like, "Oh, okay. So you want me to pay you to do it? Okay. All right. How about this? I'll give you $17 a week to take the trash out." I was like, "How's that sound?" So yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay. I'm gonna charge you $10 an hour for internet. I'm gonna charge you a service fee for using my devices. How's that sound? You want to take the trash out and shut your mouth? It's like he ain't say nothing. He took the trash out. But like I said, he tried. He tried. I respect the try, but sometimes, man, sometimes, I have to remember that Bible verse that says, if possible, live peaceably with all men. I have to live peaceably with all men because, people who live under your roof, that they just know how to get, push some buttons. Like, how in the world did I not just jump all over you right then and there? Yes. But that's why you have to have a man in the house who knows how to control his emotions, right. Who knows how to control, how to properly discipline whoever needs the discipline, whether it be your kids, whether it be your ribs. Correction is vital. Correction is absolutely vital because if you don't get corrected, you have 10-year-olds that's pregnant. Mm-hmm. If you don't like correction, you're going to have 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds that wind up pregnant. You're going to have school shooters. You're going to have, dope boys out, terrorizing the block. You're going to have kids playing knockout games. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the knockout games when people would just, kids would just go to random people as they're walking by and at the last second go and try and hit them and swing, knock them out? You have nonsense like that. If you don't have something that if you don't have your protection, your fences, your strong fences up. So are you still with okay, no sweat.
You didn't read that scripture right now?
Yeah. Do you have it?
Yeah. Book of Mark chapter 3 verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house.
No man can enter into a strong. Was it 3 and 27?
Mark chapter 3 verse 27.
Mark chapter 3 verse 27. So let me get there real quick. Salakia. Mark chapter 3 and 26. Mark 3 and 26. Hold on. 27? 27, yeah, that's it. The water says. All right, now the scripture says, this is Mark chapter 3 and verse 27. It says, no man shall enter to a strong man's house. Now, what does that mean? No man is going to get into if a man is in the house, whether it's physically or he's there mentally. What does that mean when I say he's there mentally? He may be out to work. He may be out to, service the car. He may be out, doing running some errands, but his essence is there. His essence is there. What do I mean by his essence? I'm talking about his vibe, his spirit. His spirit is still there. If something happens, you need to do this. If this situation happens, you need to do that. Don't do this if this happens. Don't do that if that happens. You don't need to go over here. Go over there. If something happens to the kids and I'm not here, you need to go ahead and do this. Call this, dial this number, and then after that, dial this number and then call me. We're gonna get everything straightened out. So if any of these situations, and a lot of all the husbands out there that don't do this, you need to do this. You need to just go over certain scenarios with your rib in case if anything happens, any certain situation happens, and only you would know how she can handle certain different types of situations, because that's your rib. Go over some of these situations with your family. If this happens, you need to do this. I do this with my son all the time. Hey, I'm about to step out. I'm going to the store. If anybody answers the door, if anybody knocks on the door, do not answer it whatsoever. Don't even go up to the door. You know, I tell him, and if someone keeps persisting, not give me a call. Call me immediately. What happened? Something like that just happened recently. Someone just kept knocking at the door. He called me. I took care of the situation, and everything was straight. Now, what if he opened that door and it was, you know, it was Esau tweaking out? You know what I'm saying? He would have kicked the door open and did whatever he wanted, whatever he pleased. He damn well pleased. But since I wasn't physically there, but since my essence was my aura, my vibe was there, he did exactly what I told him to do, without fail. Without fail. Right? The water. For right now. I got you. Read that 27 Baba Kashar from the top.
The book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house,
right,
and spoil his goods.
And to spoil his goods. What does that mean? Spoil his goods. That means to take his riches. What is his riches? Not necessarily, you know, monetarily, or you know, his TV or his laptop, his computer. It's not necessarily that, but he's talking about his woman. He's talking about his children. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about the things that mean the most to a man. Right. His family. No man can enter a strong man's house and spoil his goods. Right. And what does that mean by spoiling his goods? Putting in the ideology of feminism. Putting the ideology of you know, I don't need no man. Putting the ideology of, you know, if you don't make X amount of money, if I make more than you, I'm the man of the house. Women, why in the hell would you want to be the man of the house? Making all these decisions. I've you asked something? Yeah.
If I may add, I grew up in a household where my mom was like always trying to teach me, be independent, be a hardworking woman, do everything by yourself. And it was like, I ain't gonna lie, it was like after doing things like jumping my own car, putting my own tire on, I was like, I'm tired of this.
I hear you.
I don't want this.
Yeah.
I don't want this. I don't want this at all. It's like, I don't understand why, you know, our women just, you know, be raising up other young women like that. You know, we don't need that.
That's because you
really need to just step in our femininity, like honestly. Truly.
Most High in Christ. Let's give a sister a hand for acknowledging, you know, what it is to be a man. You know, it's okay if you can do all that stuff. It's okay. But most women, really, even the women that are actually doing it out here for a long period of time, they don't want it. They don't want to be doing that. They don't want to see the check engine light on or the oil light and be like, damn, it's time for oil change. Let me go ahead and get. Nah, they don't even want to go to Jiffy Lube. You know what I'm saying? If the tire pops, they just want to call their man and like, hey, my tire popped. All right, where are you? Where are you? All right, I'm on the way. Either I'm on the way or I'm sending AAA on the way. Women say they don't need no I ain't gonna say women. Hoes say that they don't need no man. But time and time again, if you know, life proves that you need a man. You need protection. At the very least, I ain't gonna say at the very least. Someone kicking that door. What you gonna do? I can protect this all by myself. How about, you know, someone kicking in the door, you know, may be a little extreme. How about this? A mouse run across that goddamn floor. How about that? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you gotta go in the basement and the light ain't on and you walk into something like, oh, spiders everywhere. What you gonna do then? What you gonna do when you sleeping at night and you wake up and you see something crawling and the shit is big, slacky. The thing is bigger than really what it really is, but in your mind, it's you know 5 feet long and it's about to come and, you know, get you. What you gonna do then? You so frightened you can't even move. Only thing that's moving is a tear that's running down your face. What you gonna do then? Can you fathom that? You can fathom that, right? But you can't fathom something that happens when if a predator is at your door. You let a predator in the house. And a lot of times, unfortunately, or even in damn near in more majority of cases of sexual abuse, it happens to people who they know. It's not some stranger. I mean, it happens that some stranger just comes by and knocks you in the head and takes advantage of you. That happens, but not to the extent of it happening from people that they actually know. It's not even that great. It doesn't. It happens, but it doesn't happen that. So why is it that you would take away one of your most powerful weapons in your man, or take away one of the, if you're fortunate enough to have a father in your life, why would you take away one of the most powerful weapons, tools of having a father? If you're not married, why would you get rid of your father? A lot of us know the type of hell we've lived through because we didn't have a father in the house. Studies say around, I want to say it was around 80% of men, in particular Black, Hispanic, Black, Latino, and Native American men that are in prison never grew up with a father. Only grew up with a single mother, or had a father and they left and it was a broken home and they didn't deal with the father. They say the percentage of it's like it's on the same track where if it was a 2-parent house or just a father raising the kids, that they wind up not in jail. Mm. Now, why would you have your kid at a disadvantage at a statistic like that? If you got on I know people have heard this analogy before. If you got on a plane and the plane was going to go down and you had to get a parachute, would you say, all right, well, I got 2 parachutes. One is 100% effective and the other one is 20% effective. Right. Why in the hell would you choose a 20% effective rate? There's a 20% chance that it will deploy.
So like if I could, the risk out here is YOLO. YOLO.
But little do they know, you don't only live once. Right. You don't only live once. You think you got away with something in this life, you're gonna get to know what it is in the next. Right. So why in the hell would you disadvantage yourself by throwing the father out the house? Why in the world would you do that? Right. Why? Because he got fired? Because he got laid off? Because he got another woman? Those are the 2 biggest things right there. He got another woman. He got laid off. And the third thing that's coming up, especially in our Black, Hispanic, and Native American community, because a lot of Black, Hispanic, and Native American women are college educated and are getting these good jobs, quote unquote, good slaveries, these good jobs, and having income that's higher than their mates. You're saying, now that I make more money than you, I don't need you. You need to make more than me. You don't need to make what I make. You need to make more than me in order for me to respect you. We just read in the Sabbath service what love, the definition of love was in the dictionary, and the dictionary said someone who you admire. So you have to, if a woman makes more money than a man, she does not admire him anymore. So then, therefore, according to the definition, she can't love him, and he got to go. But you doing that, you putting yourself at risk. Salaki, where was we? You had something?
If I could, also Nakamai posted a video earlier. I think it was also Nakamai, or it was just on the timeline. And it was, one of these, YouTubers or whatever that be going around malls and whatnot, trying to do interviews with people. and it was these two black sisters, young sisters, in their adult age, the young sisters, that he had asked like, what does a man have to make in order to be with you? And the first bro, like when this video is so heavy and so many points, I gotta make a TikTok on this. She said it gotta at least be 6 figures, right? So of course that my man was like, what? You know, I mean, he called Then he asked the friend. The friend was like, he at least gotta make like $14 an hour, $15 an hour, something like that, right? Something that's a little, you know, I can understand that, I can bear that, right? And after she said that, the dude was like, whoa, and the girl was like, hold on, come back to me. She was like, well, she said 15, so you just gotta be like around that bar, probably. You can't be broke. But my point is saying that video is so heavy, and the point that you just brought out about these sisters that talk about, you know, like a man's income and you don't have enough money, like the influence is everything. Like a man is, you know, when a sister put on and get half naked and men are interested in that, it's like imagine if the brother's interest was dresses. You know what I'm saying? Seeing a woman that's covered up, got some respect for herself. This instance right here, like immediately when she saw her friend say, nah, I mean $15 an hour, you know, something like that, you know, he not broke, you know what I'm saying? He doing something, you know, he doing something. And she changed her answer because of what her friend said. You know what I'm saying? It's like the influence is there. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of, you know, actually, you know, being that one to step forward and say, you know, nah, like, you know, a man don't have to have, you know, 6 figures in the world. You know what I'm saying? He don't got to be the richest man in the world. He don't got to. And, you know, just to see how quickly she was influenced. Of course, she was faking a funk, but it was still in the matter of like that. With that influence, it could, you know, it could produce other, it could influence other dummies. It can influence other dummies out there to really see a realistic thing of the matter. You know what I'm saying? Like that video that I posted was mad heavy. Like when you was talking about the whole income thing, or a sister talking about leaving a man because he lost his job or he don't make enough, whatever the case may be. Like you only doing that because you hear everybody else say that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't make enough. Let's start there. She don't make enough. We gotta start right there. We can't go no further.
Right. That's the that's heavy. That's heavy right there. One, I wonder if that sister who said, you know, if you only gotta make, you know, $15 an hour, I wonder if she has a father in her life. I wonder why would she, you know, be as humble herself to something like that. Why? Because she's probably seen that. She's probably seen, you know, what it is, you know, for a man to take care of his family. And it doesn't always necessarily have to be financial.
Right.
It doesn't always have to be financial. You know, there is a way where you know, a man could be in a house and still be effective, still be support the protector and the provider. Absolutely. He's providing life for you.
Right.
You see something happen, who are you gonna call? You're gonna call your man.
Right.
you're gonna call your man. And that other broad, she is a prostitute. All these bitches like you, all these women's out here is nothing but prostitutes that you know, you have to make a certain amount of money to get with me. What is a prostitute? How can you get with a prostitute?
Pay her.
Yeah, you gotta pay her. There's some hoes in that house. That's what it is. Them's is hoes. And if you don't understand that concept, a man has to make a certain amount of money in order to get with them. You are use a hoe. Use a whore, a prostitute, a woman, a lady of the night, and you ain't lady. You have some? Oh, so like you have some.
Yeah, I wanted to actually see another post like mine that posted. They were talking about rings, and this guy's asking these two girls. He's like, how much would you want somebody to buy you a ring for? They said like 60,000. Other one said 100,000. I'm like, I would have took a ring from Walmart. I don't understand why it's that deep that you gotta get a ring that costs that much just for someone to show you, just to feel appreciated. You know what I'm saying? To feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why does that matter so much that you have to have a ring that costs that much?
Because Esau says you have to have a ring that costs that much.
Right.
Yeah, that's why it says like that. And I'm willing to bet these broads ain't even seen $60,000 in a year. You gonna fucking Slacky. You gonna talk about giving you a goddamn $60,000 ring? Who the what? Are you what? Nigga, please. What? 60 grand? Okay. Man, these people are, yo. Man, people gotta put these goddamn phones down, man. This is embarrassing. Lord allow when Christ comes back, man. Like I want some stuff to be, kept, but I need some stuff to be deleted.
Right.
Like how the way our people are acting. I seen this one cat. I ain't gonna say it. You had something, Brock?
The sister online that said, she said deep down, she said two comments. She said a few, but the two that I'm gonna read. She said deep down, and this is the same sister Angelo. Deep down, every woman wants a good man to make them feel safe and secure. We all want to feel safety and that sense that someone has our back at all times.
How would you find such a man like that? How would you find such a man that would make you feel safe if you ain't gonna listen to what the hell he's telling you to do? How would you even know what to look for in a man that would make you think that what he's telling you is a good idea? You know what I'm saying? Like, cover your funky ass.
It's funky.
Cover it. But you don't want to listen to that man. Nah. Because some other simp out here is letting his woman in goddamn fishnet, whatever. Russell. You got so.
No, I was gonna say, like, it's so crazy because it goes for both the brothers and the sisters. Like, what you say is so heavy because it goes for us both in different situations and contexts.
100%. Yeah.
But in this essence right here, like the shame and just the drug of Christianity that our people on, like we always gotta find out the hard way. Like a sister gotta find out the hard way. She gotta wear the fishnets, be half naked, and then be mad, talk to her girlfriend, scream and yell when somebody run past her and slap her behind. You know what I mean? Get the whistling out. You won't be mad, but it's just like we always gotta find out the hard way. After you done been touched, like got touched, in public. After, somebody didn't respect that you with your man because your man letting you dress up. I feel bad for them brothers. Them brothers that know damn well they don't want their woman to wear something.
Yeah.
And they gotta sit there and bite their tongue because, the broad got that you not my daddy vibe, spirit on her.
Nigga, he is your daddy.
She don't understand. She said it at 12 o'clock.
Right?
She says it every time at 12 o'clock. But like she sees when it comes to what she can do and the control thing, you not my daddy. And that's such a drug on the Black and Latino community because you don't hear no other race talking about something you ain't my daddy when it comes to, just trying to give some needy advice. You got our sisters that's trying to go out in 20-degree weather with fishnets on because they want to look cute. And then they going to look cute with COVID. Look retarded. That's a lot.
With a missing toe.
With a missing toe.
The missing big toe. Because yeah, exactly. Because you want to look cute, but really you look like a whore. You look whorish.
Feet like a calf.
Right? Don't listen to your man. Right. And you don't have to, dress scantily clad to quote unquote show off. Most sisters, if not damn near all the sisters, you can wear something. I remember in Esau's military, didn't matter what them sisters was wearing. You saw what was in there.
Yikes.
You saw. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
I wasn't there.
But the way I said it, you understood. Yeah, you understood what I'm saying. But why? Because there are sisters out there who dress modestly, and you still can see what in the hell is going on around there. In the words of General Muhammad, all that meat. Why you want to get so? Salakia. Let's keep reading. The end of 27, Bakshaw.
God, no man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods.
And spoil his family and get into have his family have the ideology that they can do whatever the hell they want to, except for follow the commands, because that's really what it is. The commands of the man of the house, their husband or their father. Right? Keep going.
Except
this is what you got to do. They can do all this by doing this.
Except he will first bind the strong man.
Unless he will first bind the strong man. What does that mean? That means take his power and authority right out the house. He can still physically be up in the house. You ever seen a man in the house and his soul is left?
Mm-hmm.
Just think of Mike Tyson, world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson, when he was knocking niggas out with one punch in the first round, when he was sitting in that interview with Barbara Walters and that evil witch. Have you ever seen that interview?
Probably. I can't remember though.
When we get done, just type in your Google machine and type in that interview where Robin Givens, that's a bitch, Slocky, that's a woman's name. Where she was talking mad stuff about it. All of it was false. And he was just like, he all his manhood was just, it was just stripped and taken from him. Think Russell Wilson and Sierra when he took the picture with her half naked. Just he was like, you got the smile, but you see his soul is not in his body. Soul just left.
Forget about it.
The cry face.
The cry face and the red table. The red table face. Good night.
Yo.
Dead. Pain.
Yo, she utterly destroyed that brother. Utterly destroyed that brother. Unless you first bind the strong man. Those strong men were bound. They were bound. And then keep going. And then
he will spoil his house.
And then he will spoil his house. And then he will spoil his house. And you know how that strong man is bound? By Section 8, by 911, by child support. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women, there is a contingent of women that do not have their kids' father on child support, and they have them do whatever the hell is they want them to do with the threat of them putting them on child support. That is wicked and that is evil. That is wicked and that is evil. You want a long, fruitful life. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be happy because we're not promised happiness, not in this kingdom. But you want a long and fruitful life where there are spots in there where you can enjoy yourself. If you're married, listen to your husband. And for those sisters who's in the truth, for those sisters that is in the truth and your husband ain't, don't leave your husband and try and get another nigga in the truth. What you need to do is fall all the way into the truth.
That's right.
Be such a daughter of Zion that he's like, yo, there's a change. There is an absolute change about this sister. I don't know what. Well, I do know what it is. She keep going to this goddamn class, and these niggas wearing these funny Power Rangers and things. All them niggas got stars on their chests and their arms and they heads and whatnot. What is this all about? What? Let me find out. I'm gonna come to a class and see what it is that they all about. Maybe there's another nigga trying to get her. Now I got to scope out the deal. And now he's in the door, and now he changed his whole entire life because of the example that you set. Because of the example that you set. That's how you live a righteous life. You don't just throw away your husband for anything. Man, you don't throw your woman away for anything. Here's one thing. Men, if your woman wants to leave, go ahead. Let her leave. You cannot keep you cannot force her to stay. Go ahead. She think you in a cult, no sweat. Go about your business. Women, if your husband want to leave and destroy the marriage, go ahead, let him leave. Go ahead. Like I said, the scripture says you cannot, you cannot force them into, keep them. They want let the unwilling, let the unfaithful, unbelieving depart. That's what the scripture says. Let them depart. Let them. You know what I'm saying? And if there's any other issues in the marriage, seek counsel. Seek counsel before it's too late. And what do I mean by it's too late? Before you lay with someone that you shouldn't be laying with. That's when it's too late.
Right.
Men, don't throw away your woman. Women, don't throw away your men. Right. Seek counsel. If they want to leave, let them leave. There's no sin on you. If they want to go and you just let them. Right?
You look at the time.
Did we finish out that scripture? Any questions online?
Nope.
Any questions in the class?
Well, I want to get that class going. I ain't mad at them. Nah.
Yeah. Salakia. Now we're gonna have to finish. Go back to Deuteronomy 23, and we're just gonna close this out right quick.
Deuteronomy 23.
Yeah, 22. Salakia 22. Deuteronomy 22.
22 and 22.
Nah, do me 20. Give me 20. Give me 24. We're gonna break out this scripture right quick, and then we're gonna close it out.
Deuteronomy 24 and
22 and 24.
22 and 24.
Yeah.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 24. Then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones.
Drop them that way. Hold on. Drop me up. Give me up. Wait. Yeah, 23. Salakia.
Verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband.
So if she's engaged, if she's courting a man, that means she's taken, she's off the market, right? Keep going.
And a man find her in the city.
And a man finds her in the city, right?
And lie with her.
And has sex with her. Keep going.
Then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city.
And
ye shall stone them with stones.
With stones.
That they die.
Damn. Both y'all need to go. Y'all need to be your life subscriptions need to be canceled.
Right.
Both of y'all in the city, in the gates of the city where everybody can see. This is the law. This is what happened in our kingdom. This is what's going to happen in our kingdom in the future. It's not going to happen right now. What's going to happen right now is the Most High is going to exact that judgment. The Most High is going to exact that judgment. How? In ways, like the brother Trouble.
So, like, if I could, to this scripture right here, also tell you that sex is merged. Further down in the scripture, it also tell you that sex is merged for everybody that want to come against it.
Let's keep reading that.
And ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not.
Because she cried not, so she can't say she was raped. She was taken advantage of because she didn't cry. And that goes out to women. If you're ever in a situation like that, you need to cry out. You need to scream. You need to fight. You need to claw. You need to bite. You need to knee. You need to elbow. Whatever you can do. Don't side. Even if the wicked man overpowers you, you just keep going. Make it so uncomfortable that he doesn't want to do this no more. Right? You cry out. You fight until your dying breath. Even if you have to die, you keep crying out. Right? Keep going.
Being in the city, and the man, because he have humbled his neighbor's wife.
Humbled his neighbor's wife. That means.
So look, if I could, that's when, like Christians try to say that that don't mean that the word humble don't mean that you humble somebody. Mean like you married that person or you married that sister, and like clear as day, like it's telling you in the scriptures, because he have humbled his neighbor's wife, like. When they say he lied with her, what you think they made up a little white lie? I mean, like when he humbled her, like it's telling you, like they had That's old English. That's all that our language. I would say more old English for you laid down with her. You had sex with her.
I mean, just the act of sex. Someone is being humbled.
Right.
Someone is being humbled. Keep going.
God. So thou shalt put away evil from among you.
And then when it says thou shalt put evil away from among you, is the thing that they did, and to show other people that you shouldn't do nothing like this, because this is the result that you're gonna get. You ever seen anybody stoned? I'm not talking about live, but you ever seen a stoning? I'm not talking about like a recreation, like a
live in person. No.
Well, not live in person. Yeah. Well, I hope you didn't. but yeah, I've seen a stoning, and that is a sight to see.
I actually have. I've seen a video in Haiti and in Afghanistan. It's pretty gruesome.
Yes.
Pretty gruesome. You see you really see the flesh coming off them.
And if you see that, whatever it is they did, whatever they did, and I was thinking about it too. Nah, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that thing, because I'm gonna end up like that. Nothing escapes the Most High's eyes. You are going to get found out. I don't want to get stoned. And you don't just how some people you hear of stories where someone hit their head and they just die. Nah, nigga. You get pelted. Boom, boom, boom. You ever see someone get shot? It's just like 5-10 minutes of just doing that.
The body's resilient too.
Yeah. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel everything. Keep going, Salakia. Keep going.
Verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field.
Now, if a man find a betrothed damsel, now, honestly, this right here doesn't matter if the woman is betrothed or not. Doesn't matter if she's engaged or not. Keep going.
And the man force her.
If he takes advantage and forces her and lies with her. Keep going.
And lie with her.
Right.
Then the man only that lay with her shall die.
Then only the man that lay with her shall die. Why? Keep going.
But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter.
So even just like a man goes up and kills somebody, that's what rape is like.
Yeah.
That's what forcing yourself on a woman is like.
Right.
You're killing that woman.
Right.
The pain and trauma that she has to deal with, she has to go through mentally, and it stays with her no matter how much therapy she gets. That is always there. It's a stain that you can never wash out, and it's like killing her. It's like killing her.
And if I could, the water that's managing your arms.
Right. Yep.
This is that coming here is your only hope of actually being able to feel alive and to be reborn. Because out in the world, you don't get that chance to be reborn. You suffer that same trauma, and you do that same drug, or you talk to them same people, or you take on the things that the world gives you to cope with your pain. And here, that person dies.
Right.
That person dies, and now you become something reborn. So definitely Most High in Christ commending Yahanna for saving these brothers and sisters' lives from that trauma, from that torment of the things that had happened to them, by some evil, wicked man or woman, that happened to them, that traumatized them for life. This is the only chance that they could possibly have of getting close to even forgetting that trauma, not forgetting that trauma, but actually giving the solution to handling that trauma. Yeah.
And that's exactly what our community needs.
Right.
That's exactly what that sister who was raped at 10 years old and had a baby at 10 years old. That's exactly what she needs.
Yeah.
Even though it's decades later, still, we all need some healing from some trauma that has happened to us because of our oppressor. Right. And with that, I'll pass the class to Priest and Officer Barak. Coming up.
Salami. We got the security announcements. We the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Command Agent Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the word. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. It means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you get to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upcoming holy convocation. We got the Feast of First Fruits starts after the Sabbath of the unleavened bread. Sundown from Sunday, April 9th of 2023. We count 50 days. Celebrate the 50th day, Monday, May 29th of 2023. Starts before sundown, Leviticus. And you can find us in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 10 through 22. Of course, with the Feast of First Fruits, you want to stay in close contact with your camp and your camp leader regarding the location where that event will be held. Remind Akim and Akwathian to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials as well. Tonight is Commander Yahanna's Black Watch channel. The name of the channel that you can go and find it on is America on Fire. Make sure you tune in. Like, share, subscribe. It'll be on the TikTok as well. Tune in, share the video. And once again, it's America on Fire. It's starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at 9 p.m. If a brother wants to be, you got anything to add on that? If a brother wants to be a troop in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, a scarf. And with that, I say amajium, which means to stand. Sisters, you can stay seated. Minute of Israel. We're gonna give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Minute of Israel. Amadim Shabbat. Amadim Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Yahweh Minute of Israel saw. We're gonna give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Sisters, you can stand. Minute of Israel. Amadim Shabbat. Amadim Barak. Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah. Bless us.